name. So we're gonna start with her, Charlotte York. Now, if you are anything like me, if you're a guy like me, she is one of the ones that you like. I crushed hard on. Like as soon as I started watching the show, I'm like, yes, please, yes, please. For so many reasons. She's definitely my type. I like women with dark hair, and let's clear this one back up and get it back on Condos. But she lived in a Upper East Side, which is our core area. Our core area of service and focus is Upper East Side. She lived in an Upper East Side, looking at my notes here, traditional Upper East Side unit. And if you all remember one of the first episodes where they really took us through this apartment, and I'm speaking about the one that she got from the doctor that she was married to, who they had the marital issues where he couldn't perform until they did the thing, and then they were in the cab, and then he started performing really well. He became a very good and consistent performer, but it really wasn't hitting. So that guy, the home that she was able to earn, she beat Bunny, remember? If you haven't watched the show, you're not going to truly be able to get this, so I'm not going to fill in too many clues. But she beat Bunny, and she got the home that she earned with her blood, sweat, and tears. And they actually took us through that home in that wonderful episode where she decided to put herself back out there and start trying to meet somebody and date again. And she went out on a date with a guy. We didn't get to see the date, so we don't know how cool he was. But he had to be at least decently cool because she's got standards, and he made it back to the apartment after that date. But what we also saw is his just awe and amazement when he walked into the foyer of her apartment, and he's like, "My God, this is your apartment? This is your apartment?" The guy had a complete freak out, like just a meltdown, and she just like quickly just turned him around and was like, "Okay, why don't you go?" And he was, he felt he was so insecure. He was like, "Look at your apartment. Your foyer is bigger than my bathroom." And we saw that. That's actually pretty common on the Upper East Side. If you don't know the neighborhoods of Manhattan, I'm not talking about all of New York, because New York, of course, has 5 boroughs. We're focusing on Manhattan, and then we're also going to talk about Brooklyn a little bit. We're not going to talk about the entire boroughs of Manhattan and Brooklyn. We're really going to focus on the ones where we service and where you're going to find these top-notch buildings. So Upper East Side is currently here in 2026, the most expensive, the most exciting, the most vibrant, the most popular neighborhood in the entirety of Manhattan. And that's not to put down any other city neighborhood in Manhattan by any stretch. They all have the coolest thing about Manhattan, and you'll also find this same type of vibe in New York. I mean, not New York, in Paris, in London, in Miami, in LA. And I can't really speak for San Francisco too much because I don't have as much personal experience as I do with these other places. But each little neighborhood that you go to has its complete own vibe. It's got completely its own vibe. You'll even see to the extent of it having different grocery stores and different types of little amenities and all the different amenities and stores and areas and things, stores and service providers in those neighborhoods will be completely different from an adjacent neighborhood. Now, in Manhattan, it's not so different like that from street to street to neighborhood, but it is pretty unique. And Upper East Side right now is offering some of the best food, some of the best entertainment, some of the best gathering for people of all ages and interests, and some of the most, if you're looking for a luxury experience, especially when it comes to eating and just being around people and being seen, being out seeing and being seen, shopping. It's all happening in the Upper East Side right now. We'll talk about that later and other things because I notice I'm bouncing around a lot right now. And that's because right now this is just, we're free flowing, man. We're having a good time. This is just me and you. We just having a good time doing this. But yeah, so we started talking about Charlotte York and about her apartment on the Upper East Side. It's awesome. We'll go back to that.